So these are my pickups from this past weekend. I'll just briefly go through them. I am a PlayStation 1 collector, and I love to collect PlayStation 1 games. So here are some that I got this past weekend just by going around. So this one is Final Doom. I picked it up off of the side of the road from off the side of the road. I picked it up from a seller off the side of the road who thought that it was an audio CD, and I got it for $1. So not too bad. The case needs probably replaced at some point, and it needs the manual, but the disc is in pretty good shape. This one was one of pretty much the rest of them that I'm going to feature here. I got these all at the same flea market. I got them from pretty much the same guy. This is the first one, Sheep for PlayStation 1. I got to play this a little bit last night. I never played this game when it was new, and it infuriates me to no end. This is another one. I forgot to mention with Sheep, I actually paid $2 a piece for the rest of these. Doom was the only one I only paid $1 for because it was mistaken for an audio CD. But this one's Tecmo Stackers. I played it for about an hour last night, and it wasn't too bad. I actually enjoyed it, but it's only if you like puzzle games. Well, it's not really puzzle games per se. The only thing I can compare it to is like Pack Attack for Super Nintendo. It's kind of like that in a way. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good. Crossroad Crisis. That's one I got, $2. I played it, and I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a particularly good game unless you like, puzzle games like this. Basically, you have to guide a chick through a maze, pretty much, and it's frustrating, but if you enjoy those types of games, bully for you. I'm not sure why the picture on this one came out so fuzzy. Probably was moving. Cleopatra's Fortune. I actually had a copy of this prior to buying this, but I wanted a copy that was in better shape. I'll probably get rid of my old copy, but Cleopatra's Fortune, paid $2 for it. It's not a bad game, but I'm not particularly... I got tongue-tied. I'm not particularly a fan of this game, but it's a nice one to have in a collection. Inspector Gadget, Gadget's Crazy Maze. Yes, I am an Inspector Gadget fan. I am not a fan of the games, though. They've made a couple games. Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this game particularly, but it's decent as a puzzle game. Basically, you have to avoid enemies and shove gems into place, and when you get 3 in a row or a stack or whatever, you basically, when you get them all, you beat that level, and so on and so forth. And it's an okay game, but I am just not a fan of games like this. Okay, so this one, paid $2 for it. Like I said, all of these from now on, from Sheep onward, I paid $2 for. This one, out of all of them, out of all the PlayStation 1 games I bought yesterday, this is my favorite one. I've actually been playing this one for about 3 hours, maybe 4, and I love it. Actually, I think it's probably my favorite PlayStation 1 game as of right now. Of course, my opinion changes all the time, so but I have to say, this game is probably one of the most fun games I've played in years for PlayStation 1, and that's even dethroning Spyro and Crash and all of those. So if you have never played this game before, I recommend picking up a copy of it. It is that good. I swear it is that good. Puzzle Star Sweep. I guess that's what it's called. Or Star Sweep. I've seen games like this that just have puzzle just listed on the top. And yeah. But anyway, I played this game. Paid $2 for it. Not a fan, but nice to have for the collection just to kind of complete it. Tetris Plus. I love this game. It's actually one of my favorites. I had it back in the 90s. And my family moved a lot because of my parents' jobs. And I'm figuring it got lost in the move. Either that or a friend took it. So, yeah, who knows what happened to that. I just recently found Twisted Metal, and it's been missing. Oh, actually, it wasn't Twisted Metal. It was Twisted Metal 2. And it's been missing since 2003. And I thought a friend took it for years. And I opened the shoebox, go through some discs. Lo and behold, there it is in the very bottom. How it got there, I don't know. But we are way off topic. Tetris Plus, I paid $2 for it. I love this game. This one for PS1, The Bombing Islands. It's part of the Kid Clown series. It's not a bad game. I paid $2 for it. I played it for about 30 minutes, and it gets boring fast, but if you like games like this, then bully for you. Card games. That's just all it's called. Card games. And pretty much is what it says. It's got card games on it. I paid $2 for it. Now, this one was really intriguing because I had no clue it ever existed. The Land Before Time Great Valley Racing Adventure. I thought that it was going to be like a Mario Kart clone because that was really common back then. And it pretty much isn't. It is everything. It is the opposite of what I thought it would be. You basically pick a character and you run down a pathway collecting tree stars, and you dodge obstacles, mud pits, waterfalls, it's a waterfall, creek, whatever, and it's just basically you have to get to the very end of the course without, it's made for kids. I mean, it's really made for kids. It's not a bad game. I like to play it. I played it for like 30 minutes, and I may play it even more, but to me, it just isn't my cup of tea, but I love playing it for some reason. I don't understand why. It's just so interesting to me, and I find it so fascinating, and I found it fascinating. This wasn't the only Land Before Time game they made for PS1. They actually made 2 more, which I may get those at some point just out of curiosity. Anyway, I don't hate this game, but I do like it, and for some reason I love to play it. I paid $2 for this one, so I guess it was worth the $2. This one I paid $2 for. It's Bratz Dress Up, Get Down, and Be a Brat Superstar. I guess that's the whole title. I more or less just bought this to be a completionist. I don't plan on playing it. I'm just that kind of person that just buys games just to have complete sets of them. So, yeah. I probably won't play this one. If I do, it'll probably be because I have a niece or nephew over who wants, probably not a nephew, obviously, but I'll have a niece over that probably wants to play it, and, some of the games are off limits to touch, but this one would be okay for them to play. So, I paid $2 for it, so, it's just a completionist thing. It's just like if I ended up getting the Barbie games, which I actually don't have any of them. I had a chance to get some, and I didn't. So, yeah. This one I paid $2 for. It's Walt Disney's The Jungle Book Rhythm and Groove. It actually came out for PS2 also, which I played the PS2 version. I haven't had a chance to play this one yet, but I figure it's pretty much the same. Other than, graphics-wise, the graphics are probably way downgraded from the PS2 version. But for $2, it's nice to have, and who knows, it might be worth something someday because the PS2 version was more common. This one I paid $2 for also, Monopoly. It's the greatest hits version. I'm still looking for a black label, but yeah, there is not much to say about this one other than it's just Monopoly. Super Bubble Pop, that was another one they made for PS2. This is the PS1 version. I paid $2 for it, and I'm guessing it's pretty much the same as the PS2 version other than the graphics. Music might be the same, might sound better on the PS2, but yeah, this one's another one that they released for PlayStation 1 that also had a PS2 release, just like the Jungle Book. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, which was based on the direct-to-video movie. I remember playing this one when I was a kid. I actually rented it from Blockbuster Video and played it pretty often. This is the greatest hits version of this game. Paid $2 for it. The only thing it needs is a manual. Whether I can track one down or not, or I'll eventually find another copy of the game that has, that's complete. But for $2, couldn't go wrong. And the very last one that I bought was Pipe Dreams 3D for PlayStation 1, which I paid $2 for. It's not a particularly good game, but like I said, I'm a completionist, and I just like to have games just to have them, just to have a complete set. But I haven't played it yet. I remember playing it a long time ago, but I can't really remember anything about it. It's probably one of those Blockbuster rentals I had and then didn't like, so I brought it back immediately. But, yeah, $2, couldn't go wrong. But anyway, that was my finds for this past weekend. Not too bad. Added a lot of good ones to my collection. I'll probably do a video on my collection at some point in the future. I figured I'd give this a try to see if there was any interest in collection videos like this. I know I've seen some on YouTube, but I'll probably give it a try and see what everybody thought. I'll have some new videos soon. I haven't had very many since the first one. I had a second episode on here previously. Apparently it wasn't well liked, so I decided to delete it and re-edit it, and it'll probably be on here as the third episode, but as of right now this is the second episode. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and like and subscribe, and we'll see if we can make more videos like this in the future. Until next time, I'll see you.